And lugubrious means to look sad and disappointed. And so I want to wish Notre Dame and their lugubrious crowd safe travels back to South Bend.
Sounds like I broke the cardinal rule. You never are the source close to the team, and you never, ever end up being the bulletin board material. It sounds like I did one of the two. Is that right?
That is exactly right. Yeah, you just
now
try not to do that.
I'm feeling lugubrious.
Oh, here it comes.
And we know what's coming. It's time for some lugubriousness. But I'm not going to jinx my team like Brian Jones does the Texas Longhorns.
Wow.
I got Clemson winning. Wink, wink, Notre Dame.
Oh, yeah. Nice one. We're coming up on the 10-year anniversary, and the co-star of the greatest takedown in inside college football history and two-time national champion, head coach of the Clemson Tigers, Dabo Swinney, joining us. Coach, do you have any idea how big a deal that was for us?
I don't, but that was hilarious. I love it. I remember that like it was yesterday. I had never heard of what I literally looked up lugubrious. That never made my spelling bee. So once I learned it, though, I kind of filed it away, and so that was fun. You were a great sport. That was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun, Coach. And as I look at those two national championship trophies behind you, the way that your team is built this year reminds me of that. You've got a great mobile quarterback. You got a strong offensive line. You got a front seven that can get after it and rush the passer. You got a back end that's really seasoned. How would you compare this year's team, just the way it's made up, compared to the two that has that nice hardware there behind you?
Yeah, I mean, on paper, definitely similarities. I mean, and then also just intangible stuff like, this team's had great leadership. There's good chemistry. We got guys that have played together for a while. But the best teams I've had, obviously, you got to have a special leader at quarterback. I think this team has that. We've got really good skill outside on the perimeter. And we're a veteran group up front in the trenches on both sides. And, I think that we defensively, as you said, I mean, we've got a strong front seven, got a lot of experience back and good depth and some guys that can run and cover on the back end. So it's a good, and we got a kicker who can win a game.
He did.
So that's a good thing too. He's back for his sophomore campaign, and so I mean, there's similarities for sure. There's a bunch of good players, and there's experience. But I think the other thing is these guys really care about each other. I mean, they've done a lot of football life together, and I think that it's a group that has a chance. And you need a little luck along the way. I think every great team I've had has always had a little bit of luck. I mean, we lost in 2016 at home with 2 seconds on the clock to Pittsburgh. And, it's the Final Four. You may be out of it. And then all of a sudden, like 5 or 6 other teams lost as well. So we caught a little break there. And, and then our best players in our best years have been available. And that's always a big part of putting a great run together. But it's a good group. Been a lot of fun to come to work with them every day. Again, we've been doing life together for 3, 4, and 5 years, and in some cases, like Cape Hart, 6 years. So it's been a lot of fun with this team.
Coach, I want to go back to those guys on the outside and a young pup who hasn't been there 5 or 6 years, Wesco. He's from Midlothian, Texas. Now, that's a well-known speed trap. Whoever recruited him, how did they avoid that speed trap? Because I've gotten a couple tickets going through there. And this Wesco kid, he has speed to burn. How do you utilize him this upcoming season?
Yeah, I mean, he and TJ Moore really emerged for us last year, 2 big-time gets for us in the recruiting process, both great freshman campaigns. They're both bigger, stronger, and, Wesco is a legit burner. He's really developed his body. We just got to, give him opportunity. I mean, it's number 2, we equip him every snap. He's equipped to make us right. Whether it's the passing game, the RPO game, the screens built in, whatever it may be. But players make plays, but they can't make plays if you don't give them a chance to touch it. So we've just got to do a good job of giving those guys opportunities, and again, they'll do the rest. But Both have had great freshman years, TJ and Wesco in particular. And this time last year, they hadn't played a snap, and now they've got a year under their belt. And so hopefully that experience will show. TJ, I think, was the only receiver to go for over 100 yards against Texas last year. Wesco, amazing game in the ACC championship game. So they're confident. They've picked up where they left off. They're just more knowledgeable, and hopefully you'll see that play out throughout the season.
Dabo, you are the poster boy for the old school club because you've defied this turnstile roster that's prevalent now in college football, where everybody's going to the transfer portal. People are coming and going faster than you can say lickety-split. You have stuck with the old model. And it went out of fashion, and Tyler and Spartanburg got after you, but then all of a sudden it came back in fashion. And now everybody's going, I told you Dabo was the guy. How does that feel to have this thing kind of swing back to you and have this kind of chance in 2025?
Listen, I really, know there's a lot of narratives and stuff, but we just focus on what's best for Clemson. And, we're a purpose-driven program. And for 16 years, my 17th year as the head coach here. I lead with conviction. That's just, I believe what I believe, and I don't apologize for that. We're not, I don't judge other people. The game has changed and things, but as things have evolved here at Clemson, we lead in the last 3 years, in the craziest time in the history of, in my opinion, of college football. We lead the nation in graduation and retention. So that's because of how we put it together on the front end. And we also offer the fewest guys in the country. We're always dead last in offers. Our process is different. We have a process of alignment as far as how we put it together. We recruit kids that align with our purpose and what we're about. And, I'm not against the portal at all. If we have to use it, we'll use it. I just prefer to be able to get the best high school kids and develop those guys. I think that's how, to be great at anything in life, you got to be consistently really good for a long period of time. And I think that's what we're the epitome of. We have been consistently good for a long time. In fact, we're the third winningest decade in the history of football in the tens. At this decade, we're ahead of where we were in wins. We have more wins in the 20s at this stage, the halfway point, than we did last decade. We're fifth in the country in wins since 2020. We've won the league 3 times, 2020, 2022, 2024. We've been in the playoffs 7 out of 10 years. And I know everybody wants me to change and do things the way they want them to do them, but if we're not going to be successful, it's not going to be because we tried to do it what everybody else wants us to do. We believe what we believe here, and again, we're aligned with that. And if we use the portal, the process is the same. We've signed 5 portal kids in 5 years, but when we recruit guys, it's till graduation do we part. That's our philosophy. So we try to find kids that value education. I think that we've lost our way in college football where we don't even talk about the value of an education anymore, but we do. And so I've had 412 seniors and 406 graduates, and we've had the highest graduation rate. In all of college football. In 13 out of the last 14 years, we've been top 10 academically. Clemson, Duke, and Northwestern. Notre Dame's not in there, just so you know.
Don't make them lugubrious. Don't be lugubrious. You can't chop block me like that at the end, coach. That's unnecessary roughness.
I could. There's a flag. Throw a flag. But no, we just believe what we believe, and we don't apologize for that. And listen, whether we win or we lose, there's always criticism, all that stuff. At Clemson, there's always expectations. But again, we're not expectation driven. I'm not criticism driven. I'm not outcome driven. I am purpose driven as a man, and we are purpose driven as a program, and don't apologize for that.
Hey, Coach, one of the great things about college football is you can get all you want usually in week 1, and this is one of the better week 1s we've seen. You guys have got Brian Kelly and LSU with their quarterback Garrett Nussmeier coming into town. Can you tell us a little bit about the Tigers?
How about Randy Cross? Dallas Cowboys, baby. Let's freaking go. LSU, you asked me about LSU. Is that what you said, their team? Yeah, I mean they're very similar. We're very similar as far as how we're built. Elite quarterback play. They've got elite skill on the perimeter. I know they lost some guys up front, but they went and got some dudes. They've all played a bunch of football up front. Same thing on the defensive line. They lost some guys there, but they went and reloaded with very proven players. They're elite at linebacker, probably the two best corners that we might play all year. We played against the kid that came over from Virginia Tech. He's elite. Number one for him's elite. Great safeties. I mean, there's a lot of similarities with these two teams. How we got here is a little different, but very similar as far as the makeup of the talent that's going to take the field Saturday night.
Well, the guys here,
the dude.
The guys here, Coach, think you're going to have to make some more room on that shelf behind you. I think we have two national championship predictions for Clemson and Dabo Swinney. It all begins against LSU. Coach, thanks again for joining us. We are simply ebullient that you joined us here for the big Week 1 show.
Well,
I have no idea what that means. I don't know what that means, but that's the door prize when you beat Alabama. You get to just leave and go home.
We're happy to tell you, ebullient is the opposite of lugubrious.
Okay, that means we're happy. We're happy.
Yes, cheerful, right. Joyous.
Well, it's great to be with y'all. I appreciate what y'all do for college football. And Rick, I hear you on the radio from time to time. You do a great job. Sometimes driving around, I'll hear you guys. You do a great job.
You're welcome to come on anytime you want, Dabo. Anytime you want.
Call in.
I won't let Tyler on the show, but I'll let you on the show.
We got Dabo from Clemson on line one.
I love it. We'll see if they'll put me through.
Coach, this was great. Thank you so much, and hopefully we'll do it again.
Y'all enjoy the season. It's going to be a lot of fun.